You probably found this video while scrolling for a solution for your color cast problem, an unwanted color cast, because I love color casting my photos. I use a lot of color casting in my photos. It's one of the things I like to do. I don't like plain neutral photos, but there's also something like unwanted color cast, and probably you've got that in your photo. We're gonna jump quick in Lightroom to show you how to solve it, because it's quite easy. But before we go into Lightroom, I want to say that a lot of time people say, well, you have to make sure you don't get the problem of color casting, so make the adjustments before you're gonna shoot. But sometimes it doesn't work. For me as a wedding photographer, a lot of times I've got horrible light situations and I can change the light because that's the light the venue has, so I have to deal with it, and I have to deal with it in post-process, and it's not always very easy. So I'm going to show you the easy way to get the color casting, get rid of your color casting or get it under control. So let's jump into my computer. Before we start color cast problem solving, that's a long one, we need to understand how color works. So I'm not the most technical guy if it comes to color grading or photography in general. I know a lot of stuff because I do it for a long time, and I fucked everything up you could fuck up in photography. That's how I know stuff. So if you're wondering how to fuck shit up, ask me. I know how to do it. The technical part is quite easily actually. So a color cast is mostly one color that has the biggest part of your photo is that color, is unwanted color. So if you see a color wheel right here, sometimes you have a photo that's magenta, pink, or is blue, or is green, or is orange, has a strange color in it, and that's a big problem for a lot of photographers, because they're like, help me, I can't solve it. You can't solve it with presets, and you can't solve it with Photoshop. But how do you solve it? Well, when the color is, for instance, magenta, like here, the color is on this point of the spectrum. You want to make a contra color, and the contra color of magenta is green. So when you pull a color to the middle, it becomes more green, so less magenta. But it's a very fine line, so I'm going to show you guys how to do it with photos. But that's the basics. So always, if you work from magenta to green, from green to magenta, from blue to yellow, orange, from yellow orange to bluish, so always pull the color back. You will see that Lightroom is based on that fact actually. Because if you go into Lightroom, I already loaded up the 3 photos. The way I do it, and it's part is science and another part is just a lot of experience doing it, is just by thinking making something logical. That's the whole thing about making your color cast go away. If I take, for instance, this photo. So this photo is taken in a venue that has mainly magenta lights. The light is just shit. There's no other word for it, because it's stage light. If there would be a band playing there with a lot of color lights, I love it. When a bride and a groom standing there, or 2 grooms or 2 brides, it doesn't matter, I have a problem, because they become like fully pink. But how do I solve it? If I use a preset, it doesn't work. So if I would grab one of my presets, just put one over it, you can see it looks like shit. It doesn't work. It solves the problem a little bit, but not full. So what we do is this. And you always start, and the 3 things you're gonna use, that's very important. So the basics, right here. Then you got the tone curve, that's the middle one. And you got the calibration. So I've put them under each other. I always start with, check if I've got enough light. So this photo, the lighting is gonna be a little bit more bright. And always check the white balance. A lot of times people say, oh, you did the white balance wrong, that's why your photo has a color cast. Well, most color cast isn't because of the white balance, it's because of the light coming in the camera so different that the white balance of your camera can't adjust it. So what we do here, the first thing we do is change up the white balance. And what I do, I always look at skin tones and white or black. There's like, so if it comes to color, it's white or black, and skin tones. So the only 3 things I really check out when color grading or changing, in this case, color cast. So I'm about here. So Still looks horrible, I know, but we're getting there. So, not because I know his suit is brown and the colors of his skin is now a little bit more orange. Here comes the important part, the color wheel. So, in this photo, it's pink. So what we do, we go to the part where pink is. And so we got green over here and magenta over here. So what you want to do, normally when you make it work in the tone curves, what people learn, like put a point in the middle and start making little S's like this, like an S curve. But the problem is with the color cast, it doesn't work because there's still, if you do that, you still get into the magenta. You don't want to be in the magenta. We take it full and then the magenta moves away. And then, well, I'm gonna fill in the numbers because I already know what I need to do to get from magenta to more neutral. And the numbers I fill in is experience. I did so much, I know what to do to change it up. So if you got a magenta a color cast, this is the thing you can do, and still you have to adjust things. So normally I fill in some numbers and then I'm gonna adjust stuff. This needs to be a little bit up, like this. This I'm gonna go a little bit down. This has to go up. And already can see the difference. I see his suit's becoming brown. It needs to be brown. It was a winter wedding, so that's why it becomes brown. She's a little bit over. Her dress is a little bit too white, but that's because I have to do it here. We added too much light in the beginning. Now you can see the color of her dress, and his suit is perfect. So if I still can change stuff around, see right here, more skin tones getting better. Now I will also play around. Still can have a cast, but I want to have a more natural cast going on. It's still very blue, a bit more orange. So if you see the difference between this and the original photo, it's huge. It's really huge. I'll show you how to do it in Photoshop, because there's also a way to do it in Photoshop. I have to go to my other screen, sorry for that. Now we're in Photoshop, and the way a lot of people do it is by choosing filters and then natural filters. And there's an option there you can choose, and it's auto fill color. What it's going to do is going to make the colors natural. So it works perfectly for the skin tones, really perfectly. But if you see right here, there's a lot of stuff going on, it doesn't work. Like the magenta still is in this photo. So I still have to adjust this whole photo. It's a lot of work. You could use mask and stuff, but still it's a lot of work. It doesn't really work because it's filled in his colors just by what it thinks it has to be. So basically that doesn't work. And there's a lot of work to go into Photoshop for every photo. So therefore Lightroom is just easier. And I like the photo to have a certain vibe. So let's go to the next photo. And we've got a photo with a red color cast. You see here. Oh, sorry. We got a red color cast here. So again, we start from the bottom, from the top to the bottom. Start from the bottom over here. I'm gonna make it 2.6. Yeah, look at there. Light. We need more light. And also. Check out. Yeah. So the first thing you do, again, start with the white balance. Make the skin tones go in the right direction, like here. It's already much better, but still it's a very red photo. Then we go to the again to the color, the tone curve. The tone curve is very important. And oh, sorry, you got a red, you got the green, bluish, and we don't want to go into the red because it's already a red photo. We want to go into the green color. Again, hold my Option key or Command, and just pull it towards here a little bit. I think is right. So skin tone is right, still a lot of green here, but skin tone is way better. Then we go to the next screen, and I do basically a little bit the same, But I know when you got a very red tone, you need to drop this down a lot. Because it's a contra movement. Also the skin tones want to be a little bit warm. Like this. I want to pump this up. Pump this down. And this one can be high. This one I want to be as 20. Oh yes. You can already see here skin tones so much better. It lacks a bit of contrast, this photo, so you should maybe up the contrast a little bit, like here. And you see the difference in the photo. If I go back to the original photo, it was this to this. So his suit is white. You can see here, white suit. Skin tones for all three of them are really great. There's still a reddish color, but it was a Spanish night, so it needs to be red. Doesn't matter, but I want their skin tones to be perfect. Next photo, and again, there was a photo with a lot of stuff going on. Her dress was yellow, it was blue, yellow, all kind of colors, but the yellow was especially annoying because the dress was too yellow. So again, I adjust the white balance. Like this. So the white balance makes her skin tone and his skin tone a little bit better. That's the thing that I find most important. Also gonna put in more lights. A little bit more light. And you probably can guess it. We go to the blue. Because you wanna pull out the yellow. You got blue and yellow. We want to go away from the yellow. And again, I grab this option key and just pull until I think her and his skin tones look great. And again, we get to the calibration and start recalibrating. So in this case, we want to go up with the blue. Keep this neutral for now. I type because it's easier for me. 6, already see the difference. So this, because blue is a very different way of adjusting. So you can see skin is a little bit more vibrant like this. You can see the difference. So so now it's still blue here because it was a very blue backdrop. Her skin is more orange, so you get more contrast. And you see the difference between the original photo. The dress is white, a little bit yellow, but doesn't matter because it's the light from the bottom, from the candles right here, so it has to be a little bit yellow. If I had to do the photo perfectly, you had to make masks of everything. So all these photos have so much better lights right now than the original photos. So I hope I helped you a lot with deleting the color cast of your photos, or at least making it manageable. If you want more of my tips or tricks, or want to look behind the scenes of my weddings, go give me a follow, check out my channel, would be great. If you have some questions about my Lightroom workflow and stuff I've did, ask me in the comments, because I can understand it's quite difficult. But keep in mind, keep trying, keep doing it. The only way to learn this is by doing it. I've learned this by just grab my computer, trying, and fucking it up and making it better. Fucking it up, making it better. So what you gonna do? And make it better. Till next time. Bye bye.